Hey folks. Today continuing on with the exploits of trying to understand anatomy. um, we continue on with our pen drawings. As you can see, today was a little bit of an experimentation, especially with pens and how to use them. For here, I tried to be very precise on the one on the left. It did not turn out particularly great, and I started going over things a little bit too heavy and, falling back into those usual mistakes. Although I think the anatomy on the character on the left is a little bit better. It's a little bit better put together, I think, although still lacking. The one on the right, I tried to use a bit more of a freehand kind of scratchy, sketchy kind of look to it. It's got a nice appeal visually from a distance. If you look too closely at it, though, it just turns into a bit of a car crash. The image at the bottom is I'm not even going to talk about that one. Today, similar as the last few days, because I'm really trying to focus on getting anatomy correct. It has been it's been about 3 hours of doing anatomical practice from a range of different angles, and it's worked well, but it's also it still feels like I'm still a bit stagnant on the level at which I'm at. For here, you can see that there's another page. It's nothing on this page is different. I guess that's kind of what I'm looking at. I'm kind of like, there's not much of a difference between the stuff you see now to the stuff I was producing yesterday. Now maybe it's a bit much for me to be thinking that there's going to be a big difference within 24 hours, but this guy's also pointing off into the distance, although he looks like he's doing a salute. That's not ideal. But there's not much of a huge difference. Like, I tried the guy in the center. I tried to do a little bit more shading, I guess, to highlight different muscle groups, but not really committing to it. And then I'm still following into the same mistakes of just line weight. I'm just always too heavy on the pen. I just need to learn to relax when it comes to it. Another page, again, trying to play with. Oh, look, this guy actually has a double butt too. What is with me and double butts? It's I don't get it. I don't get it at all. My girlfriend's gonna be thinking I'm a little bit crazy. This page doesn't have much on it that I would particularly call as great. This was one of the earlier ones I did today. Again, things are still stiff, still a bit plain, still a bit boring. The bottom left-hand corner is the only one that seems to have a little bit of motion. She's kind of twisting a little bit. But again, no real difference in what I've already produced, really. Then started to go. I switched to green, of course, to kind of break the monotony. There's aspects of this page that I like. The top right-hand corner, the woman doing a pose there, I think that came out quite nicely. I think there's movement to it, there's motion to it. It looks good. I think the anatomy flows decently. I even attempted a face in here, which is a first. The guy to the left of her is not too bad either, even though it's a very generic pose. Again, I think I'm trying to really nail certain poses more so than others, because I think there's so many potential poses you could put people in. I think to cover them all would be a mistake this early stage. I think I need to focus on the primaries, which is obviously looking forward, from the rear, from the side, from an angle, and then having one or two that are like the center ones here, where they're kind of doing like a lunging stretch. Although I do like the centermost one because she's kind of bending into the lunging stretch. I think that came out quite well. So this, I can see potential of where the practice is going. It's just that it's taking its time. But of course, this is only, this is early days, very early days, and I think considering this is all from memory and it's done with pen, I don't think it's too bad. Just don't look at the bottom right hand corner. It is not good. It is not good at all. This led on to going towards some pencil. Again, trying to keep the lines very clean and trying to be confident within the lines. But I think my notes sum it up. It's stiff. It's very stiff. And my knees are at different angles. Like the right knee's high, the left knee's low. But yet there's no change. Like no, one foot isn't further forward than the other. They're meant to be in the same position. So it's not even a perspective thing. I've hit my anatomy limit. Yeah, I think that is true. My understanding from here is I need to continue learning to do a little bit more targeted reference. I think, for instance, a bit more in detail on the knees. I know for a fact that the leg actually flows into behind, where you have a little line coming in from the kneecap. And there's just certain things I've left out. But again, this is the point. I want to get good at this blank dummy. And moving on to this one, he's doing a little dance on a wooden structure. This is actually one I did right after that previous one to try and get away from the stiffness. But you can see the connection from the stomach to the waist. It doesn't add up. There's not, and he looks like he's almost jumping off towards you rather than actually pushing off from the front leg. I think that's the thing as well. It's when drawing it, I had an idea of him standing on his left leg on the plank and pushing up from it, whereas now this actually looks like he's jumped off it towards you. Which isn't a bad thing, but again, it's not what I was looking to do, so I can't claim credit for that. It's a happy mistake, I suppose, because it doesn't look too bad. But and then trying to play with foreshortening on the hands and the arms. Again, I've done no practice on hands. That is something I'm gonna probably have to dedicate a lot of time to, and I'm not gonna worry about that probably this month. His neck and his neck muscles are huge. And then the final one I'll show you is when I just got kind of bored and manipulated everything into crab people. Taste like crab, look like people. It's yeah. I think it looks good. Again, trying to keep it very clean, very precise. Missing a lot of detail. It's very blank. Like there's no hint as to where his armpit is. There's no pull as well. There's no, like, the left shoulder's up and reaching out, but the rest of the chest isn't following it. Like the pectoral muscles aren't following it. There's a lot of things that are off about it, and but again, it's not a terrible blank slate. I think like a good bit of progress has been made over these few days. And if you can aim to draw a blank slate crab person by day 18, I think it's going decent-ish. Yeah, decent-ish. Alright guys, that's my update for today. I hope you've enjoyed and have a great day. Have a better tomorrow, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.